Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to another production of VHS Athletics. I'm Mike Schneider with VPS Broadcasting, and we are here at Vineland High School this afternoon to bring you a girls' tennis match as the Fighting Clan is hosting the Cougars from Schalick. I am joined here at the table today by Gary Fisher. Gary, welcome. Thanks for joining us and sharing some knowledge about tennis.
Thanks, Mike. It's my pleasure to be here today on this beautiful September day. I can't believe this weather.
Yeah, this weather is incredible. So we dodged a little bit of a bullet earlier in the week with the hurricane. Hopefully we can dodge another one with the trailer behind it.
Definitely. Should we go over the lineup now, Mike?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
All right, for Vineland High School, playing number 1 singles, we're going to have Tess Fisher. For number 2 singles, Rhea Patel. And number 3 singles, Titi Thakur. For first doubles for Vineland, we have Priya Patel and Jocelyn Cortez. And for second doubles, we have Kara Kaczynski. And filling in today for Sashki Thakur is going to be Tabitha Geneletti. They're kind of mixing that up a little bit today just to see how that goes. So we're going to go there. And if you want to read off the opponent today.
Okay, so for Schalick today, we're going to have playing first singles Marilyn Andelise. At second singles, Liliana Morales. And at third singles, Samantha Holder. And then in doubles, the first doubles is Bayanel Perez and Sophie Rivera. And then at second doubles, Shayla Rivera and Karen Rivera.
All right, the coaches for Vineland High School are Dominic Massaro and Vince Luciano. The coaches for Schalick today.
Looks like we have John Romano and Brandy Petrunas. And I'm going to have to make a quick correction here. I think I actually read a previous team's lineups off the sheet there. I think that was Bridgeton I was looking at. I found the Schalick one over here, so I'm going to give the... Actually, I'm not sure if I have the right one here, but we'll get it figured out as we are... Oh, here we go. We found it, so we're good now.
Scratch those.
Yeah, scratch all those names for the that was.
Vineland names are fine, but let's try Schalick.
Yeah, the Schalick. First singles for Schalick, Morgan Dempsey. Second singles for Schalick, Leanne Hall. And third singles for Schalick, Sophia Hayden. First doubles for Schalick is Elizabeth Jamber and Samantha Smith. And second doubles for Schalick is Emily Bucolio and Anna Mondragon. So now we have that settled in the correct names there.
I believe the head coach for Schalick is not going to be present today. Coaching the girls.
Okay.
Right now the girls are in the lineup where they're introduced. Coaches introduce players for each team. The captains introduce them. And then we should be ready to go.
Outstanding. And the way that here, Gary, so we read off a lineup. It looks like a 5 total for each team, 3 singles players and 2 doubles teams. And am I correct in assuming that they just go by who wins the most out of those 5 matches to win the match? Okay.
First team to win 3 out of the 5 is the winner.
Very good. Well, hopefully we're calling out a lot of Vineland wins today.
Yeah, Vineland's having off to a good season. They're 6-5 right now. 2 of those losses came at a very tough tournament where they did the Morristown Classic.
Okay.
Last weekend, and that's always some of the top teams in all of New Jersey, not just South Jersey. Some schools from up north come down for that too, and a couple of those teams are top 10 in the state. So that was and they got a win there against Morristown Friends, which is a team that's one of the top teams in the South, and that was a big win for Vineland High School. So it was a good victory there.
Outstanding. It looks like they're finished with their pre-match introductions. Two teams are meeting individually.
These are two good-sized teams, too. It's nice. Now, on the back courts today, Mike, they're going to be playing JV.
Okay.
And the JVs usually play one set. They try to get all the girls on the team. And Vineland, fortunately, is one of the nicest courts in all of New Jersey. We travel to a lot of away matches. And the fact that Vineland High School has 10 courts is quite a spectacle. Most schools only have 5, so the JV doesn't always get to play. But today, because of the 10 courts, they're going to get to play out there, which is really nice.
Yeah, right. And I was gonna, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was gonna ask you. Don't we here at Vineland host a lot of big tournaments? Don't we? For that very reason that we have all of those courts. That is fantastic.
In fact, this weekend is the South Jersey Championship, and it's a 128 draw. And we actually combine it here, and then doubles will be played over at Millville. They actually meet both places, but Vineland's the biggest for that. So for those first couple rounds, they're played right here at Vineland High School. And that starts Saturday morning, I believe, at 9 a.m.
Okay. Very good. I think it looks like, is this gray here on the surface of the courts? Is that new also, or has that been there?
No, they resurfaced these courts, and it's kind of neat because they went with the traditional colors of Vineland High School, the red, the white, the gray, and that is new. And, you know, you have to resurface the courts every so many years because they do get beat up after a while.
Yeah. Well, it certainly is great to see Vineland making these kinds of investments in the students, especially nowadays. You know, as a coach of another sport, I know that a lot of times, you know, you can't just count on the kids who live in your community coming to your school. With school choice now in the private schools, you actually kind of have to recruit your own community a little bit, and having these kind of facilities, I think, definitely helps us as we try to keep all of our Vineland athletes here in Vineland.
Definitely, definitely. In fact, I don't know if there's a lot of high schools that have swimming pools anymore either.
Very few.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a nice plus.
Most of the pools at high schools in southern New Jersey are all right in the Cape Atlantic League.
Okay.
Very few of the other ones have their own swimming pools. So if you're out there, there's a lot of good things here at Vineland High School. You don't need to go anywhere else.
No, that's definitely true. Very excited about the football team.
Oh, yeah.
They are doing fantastic, and just can't wait to see how far they go this year. A lot of talent on that team, and then the coaching is tremendous.
Yeah, it's a very exciting time at Vineland High School right now. That is for sure.
It looks like the girls are getting ready now to go out on their courts. We'll be focusing on first, second, and third singles today.
And will that be our first 3 courts here from left to right?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. First singles on the far left, in the middle, second, and third on the right. I think it's nice, too. A sport like tennis isn't a huge draw in high school, but yet, you know, you see there's some people out here today watching, and it's good to see. I think the one really nice thing about Vineland is the fact that everyone supports. Family comes out, they watch their teams.
Yeah.
I know you as the swim coach, you probably get a nice crowd at your swim meets too, and
yes.
that's really good to see. And that you know what, the young kids, when their parents can come out to these events and support them, it just makes them that much more, I think, want to participate.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
They'll do about a 10-minute warm-up.
Okay.
They'll practice, you know, they'll hit back and forth to their opponent a little bit, warm up, do some serves, and then they'll be ready to go.
And then as far as Vineland's team, I mean, obviously, if people watching don't know about tests, then I don't know what they're paying attention to in town. But who are some of the other players on Vineland's team that have been performing pretty well so far this season?
Well, you know, here's the situation. It's second and third kind of flip-flop this year.
Okay.
Last year, Rhea played number 3, and Titi played number 2. They had challenge matches, both very good competitors. They're very close matches, but that flip-flop this year. So Rhea has been playing number 2, and TT has been moved to the number 3 spot. The number 2 spot it's a tough spot, and Rhea has been playing it really well. She's had some tough competition this year, and that is it's a really tough spot. And then the number 3 spot, TT has been doing very well. I think her record is very well in that number 3 spot and doing well. And it's good because Vineland has those spots. And then doubles. Both Vineland teams have been picking up doubles, and you need those wins as well. And they've been playing very well doubles and singles. So it's all coming together. And I think tennis is one of those sports sometimes you don't always start out strong. And as the season goes on, you get better. And I see that happening with these girls.
That's definitely great to hear. Now, with we are starting to close in on the final couple weeks of September, and as we get into October, I know a lot of these fall sports programs are going to start having their eyes on playoff positioning.
Yep.
How does the playoff qualification work in tennis, and should we expect to see the Fighting Clan there?
Yeah. Now, Vineland will be in the Group 4 when it comes around to the state matches, and they have qualified. Every year, I mean, they usually get in because their record is good enough, and what they'll end up doing is they seed the Group 4, and they seed them accordingly to where your record finishes.
Okay.
So Vineland, I think last year they had that number 6 seed or number 5 seed, and it varies, depending on the record, and we'll see this year, but I think they should get a good seed, and I think they have a team that's going to surprise some people if they do get into those, once they get into those state matches, they should do very well.
I'll certainly be looking forward to that. So we're sitting here, we're getting ready, waiting for the match to officially start. All of the players, the 3 singles, the 2 doubles, and the JV players in the backcourt are all currently getting their warm-ups in. One of the other things that I wanted to ask you about that I found interesting about high school tennis, the kids are pretty much officiating these matches themselves, aren't they? I mean, they're pretty much calling their own out of bounds and all of that stuff. How does that work?
Yeah, and that's what they do. It's an honor system. If the ball is close on a line or it's out, they make that call. It's up to the player to make the call. A lot of times, Vineland, though, will bring a referee. A lot of the schools don't. I think it's a great idea. Vineland goes above and beyond. They don't have to, but they like to bring a referee because it just shows, it gives a little more of a fairness factor. If the other team doesn't think something's fair, the referee can solve it right there. And, if you look, what other sport doesn't have a referee pretty much? Almost every sport has
absolutely.
someone. But again, it's up to the school whether they want to have a referee or not. But Vineland usually brings a referee to any Cape Atlantic match. They'll have a referee. This is a non-Cape Atlantic match today.
Right.
So probably one not needed. That's the reason there isn't. But if you see a ref, they roam from court to court. If there is an issue, a bad call, a girl feels like someone's making, they'll raise their hand. The ref comes over. He'll watch a little bit of the match.
Yeah, always found that to be one of those interesting little elements of tennis in high school, and you rarely, and the other thing also about that is you rarely, I mean, at least in newspapers, things like that, I can't remember ever hearing of any big issues. So it seems that the kids that are playing high school tennis do a really good job with adhering to that honor system and just kind of rolling with it and handling everything the way they're supposed to be handling it.
They do. In the 4 years that I've watched Vineland High School, there has been no issues. I think the girls, for the most part, I think in the end you have to remember it's just a game.
Yeah.
You got to go out there. You have to have fun. And you try to be as you want to be as honest as you can. Now there are times when that ball is coming so fast, the human eye can't always pick up whether it's in or out. So, it's very hard, too, as a spectator, when you're sitting behind the courts where we are right now or where the camera view is, that's a completely different angle. If you notice when you're watching a professional tennis match, there is a person at every single line, and then there's the judge who's right in the middle in a chair umpire. So it's very hard to really tell. So the honesty factor, it's really nice to see. And in all these matches, the girls have been very cordial. I don't want to forget too, Mike. Let's mention the JV.
Yeah, let's definitely do that.
They're out there hitting hard every day and practicing, so I do not want to miss that. We'll go down the list here. We have on JV, Reem Akil. We have Isabel Cagno, Sydney Cherwin, Jada Cortez, Lily Fisher, Kyra Hall, Julia Holmes, Wendy Jiang. We have Kara Kuczynski, and she's varsity. Sorry about that. I read that wrong. Marissa Marchese, Krishna Patel, Zeal Patel, Haleh Purich, and Christina Singh. And I want to mention, too, we have the two managers, which is Michael Bianco and Alexis Napa, both managing. And what they do is they make sure the scores are in each week for every match. They make sure that the balls are out there where they're supposed to be, the scorecards. So they also have a very important role in high school tennis.
High school, I think high school sports managers in general, a lot of times are sort of the faceless. Very few people are even aware that they're part of the team. But like you said, a lot of times they play a very important role.
Yes.
And it's nice. It's nice when we are able to recognize them for all the work they do. They are able to earn varsity letters. It's one thing that I like about the sport that I coach. We have every year, as part of the South Jersey Coaches Association's award banquet, we actually have a Manager of the Year in South Jersey.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, the coaches at our meeting in March, the coaches who feel they have a manager who is worthy of that honor will nominate and say a few words, and we vote on it. And it's really great to be able to recognize them for all the work they do.
I like that. I like that a lot. And they put the same amount of time in. They're here every practice. They're here for all the matches. And some of these tennis matches, you don't get home till 8:30 sometimes. They go long. So. I think Vineland has a great setting here, too, as these girls are warming up. You have the football team practicing in the background. You'll have cross-country run by. It makes it for a real nice setup here, how all the sports are kind of in between the two buildings, the 9 and 10 and the 11 and 12 building.
Yeah, we truly have that kind of campus feel. And I think that, like you said, the fact that we have the two buildings really contributes to that. This big open space, and with all of the athletes in between, it really is, especially on a day like today.
Definitely. And the grounds crew here at Vineland, they keep everything looking so nice.
Yes.
All right, it looks like Court 1 has finished warming up, and they're going to be getting ready to serve for that first point soon.
In Court 1, we're going to have Tess Fisher playing against Morgan Dempsey, both seniors. Tess obviously been getting lots of press all over for the stellar, spectacular career that she has put together, and certainly very exciting to hear that she is going to be continuing her career at Rutgers next season.
Yeah, she can't wait. She's very excited. She's excited to stay in New Jersey. She kind of found a home here and is enjoying it. Here's the first serve. For those of you new to tennis, you have to get that serve in the box, so you get two chances.
And I guess a lot of times, they can really let it rip maybe on the first try, and if they need to back off a little bit on their second attempt, they can do that to increase the accuracy.
Yeah, that's what they do, Mike. In fact, on that the first serve is considered a flat serve.
Okay.
And on the second serve, they do a kick where they put spin. So it's more likely to get that projectile up and go right into the box, but then kick out.
Right.
All right, looks like it's 30 love over there on that first court.
And as the first court is in the early stages of their match, it does look like maybe the second and third singles are getting ready to start as well. So we're going to have this thing going underway pretty much full on soon.
And it's 40 love on the first court. That was a serve and volley where she did the serve, came right in, finished it with a volley. And Tess is now up 1-0 in that first match. And we got the second match going here.
And this is Priya, you said, correct?
Rhea. Yeah, Rhea Patel and Leanne Hall.
Okay.
It looks like Leanne got the first point, and we're already going here with TT Thakur and Sophia Hagen. Nice serve there by Rhea. Not an easy sport to watch 3 matches at the same time.
Oh my God, yeah. I would have a hard enough time watching one and keeping track of everything that's going on.
We will do our best to keep you in the loop of what's going on here. The coach.
So I see here that and then also we're going to, after a set, they switch sides on the court as well, correct?
Yes, they do.
So we saw there over on court 1.
Every odd number.
Oh, every odd number,
yep,
okay.
Every odd, they switch over. The Vineland coach is Dom Massaro and Vince Luciano. They have been coaching tennis now for a long time. And if anybody, wants to come out for the tennis team, you have quite a crew of coaches that have experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're probably looking at 20-plus years for both of them, coaching tennis, bringing up some talent. And Vineland has always been competitive in tennis, just like swimming.
Yeah.
I think those are 2 sports that have really been very competitive here at Vineland.
Yeah, that
consistently.
That is very true. Yeah, I can't ever remember the tennis team, not being, like you said, at least a playoff contender, playoff qualifier.
Yes.
I think that the girls swim team won a sectional title in 2011, but I think before that the girls tennis team was the most recent team to win a sectional title. So yeah, definitely a program that has been competitive for a long time, and like you said, that experience. I hope Dom doesn't get upset with me for saying this, but he was coaching tennis when I was in high school, so.
Yeah, you know what, him and Vince, they both have great demeanors, and they're good coaches that really care about the kids, and they take pride in the fact that their teams have been so successful. All right, Tess is serving. And this is the 3rd game now. Tess is up 2-love over on that first court. We'll try to focus, I guess, over there, and then we'll move from court to court maybe.
Yeah, sounds good.
We'll do a couple games over here on the first court. 30-love now in the 3rd game. And that was an ace right there on the serve.
Okay.
And that's that big kick serve I was talking about.
Right,
that
yes.
second serve where
Yeah.
she'll throw it in. I think Tess throws that in first serve too. It really mixes it up really nicely. Look at this. It looks like we have the football team coming over to check things out here.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like you were saying about the support. We were mentioning the football team and the season they've been having, or the last couple of seasons, and the direction they're going in. But Coach Dan Russo and his staff have been real big about supporting the other sports programs as well. Because high school football, it's always the biggest sport.
No doubt.
Whether
no
a
doubt.
team is successful or not, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the nature of high school athletics. But it's really great to see, like you have right here. He just brought the entire team over. They might not even be finished practice yet. He might be giving them a break to come over and support the girls here, so that's really great to see as well.
And that goes a long way, and I know the tennis team makes an effort too on Fridays to go to the football games too and support them, and that just shows the camaraderie here at Vineland that all the students have and the love for sports.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we take a little break here from Court 1 and move to Court 2 and see how Rhea's making out.
All right, it looks like they just finished up a game. While they're on a break, should we move to Court 3? Watch
definitely.
Watch a little action over here where TT is up, looks like 1-love over Sophia Hagen.
Okay, good. I see the little score sheets on top of the post. I was just getting ready to ask where we can find that information now, but that's good. They're keeping track of that there. So, yes, TT is up.
Sophie just had a real nice serve. And now TT's moved into the net, now backing up a little bit.
Nice job there. She dropped that one. It looked like right inside that back line and forcing Sophia to have to make a longer shot there. She wasn't able to get it over the net. So,
and that's key in tennis, is to keep that ball deep back as far of the court as you can. You don't want your opponent to have to move in because that shortens up the court and helps with angles. You want to keep your opponent back. All right, here's Sophia serving again. Second serve. TT comes in on that with a little bit of a slice shot. Both girls are doing a nice job moving the ball left and right too. You don't want to hit it right to your opponent. You want to keep them moving.
a deep shot again
nice
there.
shot.
Very good again.
That's the moon ball, which is very difficult to hit if it's done right, and that one was. Very nice shot there.
The moon ball. I like that.
It's a great shot because if you can consistently hit that high ball and keep it in play, it forces your opponent to try to make a mistake, to try to do something against it, and they usually end up making a mistake.
Right.
And when you can force your opponent into a mistake in tennis, that's the name of the game. All right, TT serving. Oh, nice serve.
And then we've seen her win, I guess, for 3 points in a row right here, so she should hopefully be closing in on a game win here. That's the correct terminology, right?
Yes. Another nice serve there. Yeah, I think it's 2-love in games already on that third court. Another nice serve.
So TT having her way with Schalick's Sophia Hagen right now. See if she can keep this going.
Another great serve. It's always good to get that first serve in. Wow, great forehand cross court.
That's the first time we've seen her use that shot. That was a strong shot. I don't know that Sophia was was expecting that either.
No, and it looks like TT was up 3-love now in that one. So we can move over to the second court, the middle court here, and they're in a tough point. There we go. Rhea against Leanne, with Leanne serving. We'll stay on court 2 just to give you a quick update. It looks like court 1, Tess is up 5-love. And in doubles, although we don't see doubles right now, it looks like its second doubles is up 2-1, and I cannot quite see that score for first doubles, but we'll find that out for you as soon as we can.
Looks like Rhea is down 1 here, but see if she can get this thing evened up.
Good shot there by Rhea. You know, in tennis, the sooner you can find out what your opponent's weakness is, you want to exploit that. If they don't hit a good backhand, you want to make sure you hit it to their backhand. If their forehand's weaker, you hit it to their forehand. If they don't like coming into the net, you bring them into the net. Nice serve. She got that back. Very good return. And the point won there by Leanne. The JV on the back courts, Mike, they usually play just one set.
Okay.
Because there's usually more kids to go on, so they try to move them along a little bit faster. Great serve there by Rhea to get the point started. Leanne with a nice return, and here they go. I think Rhea would like to have that shot back.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say the couple of shots before that. It looks like she's pretty solid with that backhand there.
Yeah, and in tennis, there's a tendency to try to go for too much. The most important thing is keeping the consistency, keep that ball in play, and wait for your shot.
Yes, it looks to me like the majority of the points that we're seeing won are coming from those errors by the player losing the point. So, yeah, definitely.
And that's what you'll see, Mike. It's about being out there, and you got to focus and just keep that ball in play. That's the first big thing. Let's thank the football team for coming out today.
Yeah, they're going to go back and get back to work there.
And we wish them good luck this weekend. Who do they play this weekend, Mike? Do you
yeah, they're at Egg Harbor Township on Saturday night.
At Egg Harbor Township. We wish the football team the best of luck. Here is Rhea serving. Just out.
Yeah, a little long on that one.
Oh, nice shot to bring her in there, and then Leanne makes the error there on that shorter ball. Tough one there.
Yeah. And you mentioned earlier, Gary, about the challenge matches between Rhea and TT. So that they play each other for that spot in the lineup. Is that how that works?
That's exactly. In the preseason, before the actual season starts, everyone is required to do challenge matches to find out what that position, and then they have to stay that position unless throughout the season they want to try to challenge up and get that spot. But it's pretty locked in here at Vineland. I think the 1, 2, and 3 are all pretty where they want to be right now, and they're all doing well at their positions.
And then do you see in tennis that those that setup of having the challenge environment like that, as we have another point there, one for Rhea, that competition sort of fuels them to work harder and perform well?
Definitely. In the off season, tennis is not a sport you can just jump right into. You know, it really helps if you train a few months before or however long it takes. You got to get your shots down, your strokes, and come in shape as well. Cardio shape's important out there on a hot day with long matches. Let's head over to court 1. Tess serving. Nice return there by Morgan. And Tess comes in and finishes it with an overhead at the net, and it looks like that's the beginning of the first set over there. Tess is up 1-love, on the second set up 1-love, in the first set won 6-0. TT now will go to the third court, where TT's up 3-love. Real nice points between these two girls.
Yeah, just a second ago, TT had a really nice shot where she won a point. There's that high arcing shot again there.
Very frustrating shot. And a shot later, it caused an error.
There you go.
Nice play there by TT Thakur, Vineland's number 3. Doubles, it looks like Vineland's second doubles is up 4-1. Again, I cannot read the scorecards for first doubles. We'll get a check on that so we can give you an update. Just to give you an idea, our second doubles is Kara Kaczynski and Tabitha Geneletti over there at second doubles, up 4-1 over Emily Bucolo and Anna Mondragon. And our first doubles is Priya Patel and Jocelyn Cortez playing Elizabeth Jamber and Samantha Smith. And I think Mike is going to have a score for us on that first doubles.
Yeah, Vineland's first doubles is currently up 1-love.
Good to see.
So yeah, Vineland in real good shape so far in the early stages of this match. And even Rhea now is up 2-1. So Vineland is currently ahead in all 5 of the matches.
Yes, they are. They are all playing well today. Weather conditions are perfect too. Not much wind out here today, and these courts are normally just the way they're located. There's usually a breeze out here. Today it seems like it's perfect tennis weather. Nice slice there by TT.
And another .1.
Yeah. Vince is also now Dom and Vince switch positions with the boys team. Vince is the head coach and Dom is the assistant, where it's the opposite here when they are with the girls team. TT serving. Nice kick serve there. Tough return. Was that high ball again? And that for high school tennis, that ball causes a lot of problems.
Yeah, and like you said, having to return that from deeper, obviously a much more difficult shot to hit. That was a pretty good serve right there, though.
Great serve. Get that point going. Start moving them right away. TT's moving. There's that high ball. Nice cross-court forehand there. Oh, good get. Way to come in on that ball.
Yeah, that was a nice job there by Schalick's Sophia.
And sometimes the score doesn't always say, you know, you could go 40-40, add in, add out a lot of points, and unfortunately you lose 6-0 or 6-1, but it doesn't really tell how the match went.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
Sometimes those matches, you never, you know, they're great points in between, and it looks like at number 2 and 3 right now we're having those good points. It's good to see. TT with a nice forehand there. She's going to come up here with her slice shot. Puts a little more spin on the ball, makes it hard to return. On it again. Great forehand.
Yeah, we've got a nice little back and forth going here. That was another good one on that deep moon shot.
Yes.
She put it right inside the back line again, and Sophia hitting it into the net on the return. So
these two are having some long points.
Well, it definitely looks like she's been working on that moon ball, because she's gone to it a number of times already, and she seems to be doing it really well.
And it definitely has worked. There's that forehand winner.
Very nice shot there by
Cross court.
TT.
Great shot.
And just like you said earlier, you know, she's recognizing that she's able to score on that, and you know, why not keep going back to it until your opponent shows that they can. That was a good serve there. Good serve, good return.
But then she slows it down with that moon ball again. It's a definitely, that high ball is a frustrating shot in tennis. Nice long point.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. And there it is.
Caused the error again on that one.
And I think she seems to me to be really showing a lot of patience, because she's content just continuing with that long shot. And you can see there Sophia not wanting to continue with the same kind of shot, and she tried to put a little bit more on it, and there you go. There's another unforced mistake.
It's a very frustrating shot. We'll watch this serve here, Titi, and then we can move over to court 2.
Oh, that was a nice shot there. Very good. So, yeah, we're going to take a look over here at court 2. It seems, at least right now, like TT has got her match under control. Hopefully she can continue that. But, yeah, checking in right now, court 2 with Rhea Patel for Vineland and Leanne Hall for Schalick.
Looks like TT has just went up 5-love, I believe, in her match.
And yes, she did. And Rhea ahead currently 2-1, so
you know, one thing about tennis, Mike, is it is a mental sport. I mean, you can have all the physical tools in the world, but it's those little, sometimes not focused mental mistakes that you make that make a big difference. You can be a great athlete out there, be able to move quick, but you got to keep your head in the game. And that's another way of stopping those unforced errors.
yeah. Okay, we're going to move over to court 1 for a few minutes here. Back to Tess Fisher and Morgan Dempsey. Tess currently ahead 3-love in the second set.
Nice setup, out wide serve, draw your opponent out wide, and then finish it on the other side of the court.
Now, it's pretty obvious that in a lot of these regular season matches, I mean, unless Vineland is at a big tournament of some kind, I'm going to assume that she's usually a far superior player to the people that she's playing against. Is she focusing or working on anything in particular to try and challenge herself in these kinds of situations, or?
Yeah, Mike, she does. She works, when she goes out here on the court, she'll have one specific goal to concentrate on, whether it's making sure she gets her first serve in, working on her kick serve, making sure she comes to the net on every short ball. There's always something, some way she can be improving her game to help her along when the matches become a little bit tougher as she gets up to that state level.
Yeah, and just a real quick mention, in case anybody watching is not quite as familiar, Tess 2 or 3 times All-American.
2 times.
So, yeah, Tess Fisher is a 2-time first-team All-American. Only matches I think that she's ever lost were in the final rounds of the state individual tournament. So if you're not familiar, we're talking about her like this being far better than the other players she's against. I mean, you're looking at, you guys viewing this are looking at one of the top couple of players in the state. I want to point that out in case we have any viewers who are not aware of that.
Looks like this is going to be the final game here, possibly, on Court 1. 5-love Tess with Morgan serving. And I want to give Morgan credit, you know, she's standing in there. She's still playing. She's got a smile on her face. And, you know, it's not easy playing a girl who's been playing tennis since she's been about 3 years old.
Yeah, and especially like you said, with in a sport where it's you and the other player. You know, it's not like basketball where maybe you have a highly recruited point guard and then the other players in the team. I mean, you're standing across from such a talented player, and to continue battling like that, you know, she does absolutely deserve a lot of credit for that. That's a dynamic that I, you know, with swimming am familiar with as well. There are times that the girls get on the block and they're next to somebody who is an Olympic trial qualifier or something like that, and you know it's difficult, you know, but you have to focus on your own game or your own race and you know, try to work on getting better. So yeah, she's doing a good job and standing in there battling.
And I think, too, is, you know, it's great to play all different levels of players. You play someone better than you, it's only going to make you better. Here's Morgan serving. Nice out wide serve there. And it looks like that match has just finished up with Tess Fisher winning first singles, 6-love, 6-love.
So a nice job there by Tess Fisher. Vineland now officially ahead 1-0 in the match. And we will move back over to, let's move back over to Court 2. We didn't get to spend quite as much time with Rhea and Leanne. Rhea seems to have taken a little bit of control here. She was in the early stages down 1-love, but now she is ahead 4-1. So nice to see Rhea taking some control here. We'll see if she can close this one out.
Yeah,
still in the first set, I would.
First set, yeah. Right? Yes, both of Court 1 and 2, and it looks like first doubles is now behind 3-2, and second doubles, I can't tell if that's the first or second set over there.
I think I saw them switch it because at one point it was 4-1 Vineland, so I think Vineland won the first set in second doubles as well, and they are now in the second set. A nice point won there by Rhea. Had a bit of a high arcing shot from Leanne, and Rhea came up on the net and put it away.
That's great that she was able to recognize that and move in quickly. Oh, nice serve by Leanne. Good backhand there.
Something else too, as a non-tennis player watching, you know, even your less experienced high school players. I mean, this is much more difficult than it looks to people watching it on TV.
It is, and when you watch it on TV, I don't think you can appreciate how fast the ball's really going at your opponent. And when you're here live, you can really appreciate how hard they're hitting the ball. It's a lot different than watching it on TV.
It's hard enough for most people to hit a moving object like that, let alone, you know, hit it while it's moving that quickly, hitting it while you're moving, and then hitting it accurately while you're doing all of that stuff as well. So,
yes,
you know, all of these kids are certainly impressing me, that's for sure.
All right, here's Rhea with a serve, first serve out. And second serve. Tough one there, a little short. She had to move in on that, and Leanne came in a little bit too slow on that one to get a good shot on that. Footwork is probably the most important thing in tennis. It's about moving and being able to recognize, and it's that explosive power, getting to the ball as quickly as you can, and then adjusting yourself so that you're able to get the best shot off. Rhea moves in. Oh, that was a tough shot there, Rhea. She had a good chance there to move in and put that one away. The coaches are, Mike, allowed to talk to the players in between points.
Okay.
And give them suggestions, actually in between games, I'm sorry. And they can give them suggestions, tell them what they might need to do to help them out. And that those helpful hints sometimes can change a game around, because they might notice before the player does that maybe this girl has a weak backhand. So start hitting it to that.
Yeah, and speaking of the coaches, I'm just noticing now it appears like they have been spending a lot of time over with the JV kids, which I think is a really good thing. I mean, it seems that Vineland this year has a significantly stronger team than Schalick. We don't want to count our chickens before they hatch, but as long as the Vineland girls is a TT with a really nice
Great
point
shot
there, as long as they stay focused, they should be able to close this one out. So the two coaches are spending their time focusing on the kids who hopefully are the future of their program.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons why you have a program like this that continues to excel year after year. A lot of coaches probably would have spent the entire time over at court number 1 with their All-American, and the other kids on the team having a hard time getting better, and they wonder why.
Yes. And one thing that you bring up a great point, Mike, is high school. 20 years ago, when you'd play a sport, you would just go into high school and start that sport. Nowadays, kids are starting when they're 3, 4, 5 years old, and or schools have feeder programs, they're called, where these kids are coming up and they want them. You have your football kids that are playing mini football, but when they get to the they get to the high school, they have all the skills, they know the different drills to do. Same with tennis, swimming. If you don't start swimming at a young age, it's hard to compete with someone that's just someone that just enters high school that hasn't swam. It's hard to compete with someone that's been swimming for 5-10 years.
Yeah.
So sports has changed, and I also see a lot of people are now focusing on one sport, where back 20 years ago people played 2 or 3 sports. But now it's that emphasis on being great at your one sport. And I think that's one of the reasons we see more injuries nowadays, is people are focusing too much on that one. They should try to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
and play some other sports. It's good for your body.
Yes.
One thing we emphasized with Tess is Tess played softball, she played lacrosse, and she played tennis. And it was important for her to play a bunch of different sports,
Right.
not just be stuck on one. And now, as she's a senior in high school, tennis has taken precedence over all that. But she still has that ability. She likes to shoot baskets, play basketball, and I think that's great for kids. If you look at the quarterback of the football team, Pop.
Yeah.
He's a great basketball player. He's a great baseball player, and it's good to play a lot of different sports. It just makes you a well-rounded athlete, and I really think that prevents injury.
Yeah, it absolutely does. It's one of the things that I notice, with the swimmers. Swimming is kind of an interesting sport because it's, there's not a whole lot else that relates to it exactly, but the kids who are injured the least are your highest level athletes. They're the strongest kids, the kids that, even if they're focusing primarily on that as high school athletes, they did other things when they were younger, like you said.
Yes.
with Tess, and that's a big thing in terms of with strength training too. It's we have this gorgeous new weight room here at Vineland High School, and we have a strength coach. We have all of our teams now. Not that long ago, very few of the teams consistently used the weight room at all, and now we have everybody using it, and that's a big deal. I mean, it's not just about getting stronger. A lot of times, the stability in the different joints that kids can get from being in the weight room is what prevents the injury. So. Really great job. Again, we mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast how Vineland has been making investments in their student athletes,
Yes.
and we want to just continue seeing that because it's definitely paying off.
There are colleges that don't have as nice a weight room as Vineland High School.
That is absolutely
It
true.
is a fantastic weight room. If you haven't had a chance, come take a tour of that weight room because it is a very impressive facility. All right, well, it looks like we're in the second set now of both second and third singles, and it looks like Vineland has taken the first set in both.
Good news for the Fighting Clan. And glancing over here at first doubles, we have a pretty tight match going on over here. Vineland now ahead 4-3. So again, we understand that our cameras are not able to see first doubles, but we'll definitely keep our viewers aware of what's going on over there. Maybe we'll take another look here at court 3 with TT, who is currently up 1-love. And we're going to assume that she won her first set.
Yes.
Serve coming up here from Sophia into the net. And there is another unforced error for Sophia and another point for TT.
And it looks like it's going to be TT serving now. Or that may, okay, we're switching sides. So the score now is
3-love. So while they're getting set up here to switch courts, we'll look over at court number 2 with Rhea again.
nice,
As Gary
nice
mentioned,
forehand shot there by Leanne.
they just started their second set here. They didn't just start it. It looks like they finished up. And Leanne did take that one. So Rhea down in the second set, 1-love. But she was down earlier in the first one, and she really took control. So hopefully she can make that happen again.
Yes. You know, a lot, too, is when you're down in tennis, you know, you don't want to let your opponent see that. You want to still keep that head up. You still want to be moving after every ball, hustling. Because let me tell you something, as we saw with Rhea in that first set, she was able to turn it around and come back from being behind. Here's Rhea serving. Great first serve.
Yeah, that was real good.
Nice shot there beforehand by Rhea. Oh, great bad, just out though. Good call. All right, here's Rhea serving again, down love 15. Another nice serve. Nice return there by Leanne.
Leanne's got Rhea moving left to right a little bit here, so hopefully Rhea can turn that around on her.
Vineland has about 25 girls on the tennis team, which is a real nice showing.
Yeah, it definitely is a big team, as you were mentioning at the beginning of the broadcast. I mean, it's a lot of kids.
They already have some more JV girls out on the courts again. Once one court clears up, they were able to put some more out there, so which is nice. Everybody gets a chance to play.
So Rhea just won that point. Leah pulled that one a little bit too far to her left and hit it out.
second serve. Great serve. Made Leanne move in, and it kind of caught her off guard, I think, on that one.
Yeah.
Once again, causing an error. TT seems to be taking control on court 3. Up 3-love.
Yeah, and she just won another point, too. I do see that the first doubles appears to be now in the second set. I'm not sure how that one ended. We'll see if we can find out.
All right, Rhea serving. Oh, great serve there by Rhea. Get that point. Nice return there, too, by Leanne. Rhea
that was a good shot there by Rhea, getting Leanne to range over there that way to her left.
Yep, leaves that whole open court for her to eventually put that ball away and finish it.
We were able to just get confirmation a second ago. That was a nice shot there. We'll see if she can put this one away.
Great
nice
shot.
Attempt there for Leanne to return that one with the point for Rhea. But Vineland's first doubles did win their match, or their first set 6-3.
Okay.
And it looks like Vineland's second doubles is currently down 2-1 in their.
After winning the first set.
Yes.
Okay.
So things looking good so far for Vineland. Already put one of their matches in the book, and they are ahead in each of the other 4. Here we come over here to court number 3 for a little bit, as looks like Rhea's taking care of her shoes there. TT up 3-love.
You know, one thing it's nice to see, even though the Schalick team is not winning at this point, the girls are hustling out there. They're moving for every ball. They have some good footwork, good quickness out there, and they can move.
Yeah. And I don't see anybody walking with, you know, heads down. No one's moping around. So like you said, the body language even from the Schalick girls has been really good. So
all right, good second serve. Oh, TT went for that one.
Yeah.
Can't fault her there. She had a good look at that, and she went for it. Sometimes when you see that easy ball just sitting there, your eyes get real big.
Yeah.
And then look out.
I can relate to that feeling a little bit from playing baseball when you have that meatball pitch thrown at you and you swing out of your shoes.
Oh, there's that high ball. Wow, great shot. Tough one.
There's just no.
Tough one to get back there.
Yeah, unfortunately for Schalick, Sophia has just not been able to figure that shot out, and you know, TT just continuing to go back to it time and again. So a nice job by her to exploit a weakness of her opponents, and we'll see now. I guess it's probably going to go to 5-love.
5-love. We might as well stay here for the last game to try to watch that, and hopefully TT can get that last game and get the victory here to have Vineland go up hopefully 2-0. You know, you were talking earlier about the nice weight room facility here at Vineland High School. And after school, if your sport is not in season, they actually have people in there. You can go and train, and they'll put you through a workout, or sometimes the off-season cross-country, track, baseball, they're in there, and they're training, you know, and that's like you said, it's key. It's not just a one-season sport anymore. If you want to be good at it, you have to train all year round, and it's good to get in the weight room, work on building your core, agility, quickness, all that's very important.
Yeah, 100%. And the way it works actually is we have a couple of coaches who serve as, I guess the title's technically weight room coordinator, but I like to refer to them as strength coaches. Jake Homiak is one of the two strength coaches. Jake is an assistant coach on the wrestling team.
Yes.
And then in the 2 seasons when Jake is not available for the weight room, I'm pretty sure that Coach Russo is the strength coach, and
yes,
they'll host or they'll run a workout for boys and then a workout for girls, because they, physiologically boys and girls are a little bit different, and you need to train them in a slightly different way, so that works out pretty well. And the sports who are preparing for their upcoming season are the ones who generally have priority in the weight room. So right now it's the winter sports who are in the weight room.
Yes.
Winter time, the spring sports will be in there, so on and so forth. My girls will be in the weight room in the morning in the winter for that reason.
And you know what's nice too is they cater it to the sport that they're playing.
Yes.
You know, they'll do the exercises that they know that are best for that particular sport and what they're going to need. Nice shot there by TT.
Yeah,
this
really nice job.
Could be the last game here. TT with a nice way to move in and volley that for the winner.
And it looked to me like she didn't try to do too much there. I mean, she had a wide open court, and she was right up on the net, and she could have really tried to unload and made a mistake.
Right.
But like you said, instead she just made sure she got it somewhere that Sophia was not going to be able to get to it.
Yes.
and just win the easy point.
Yes, yep. And there was that forehand by TT again, that powerful forehand that kind of caught Sophie off guard. Sometimes, she mixes in that high ball and then hits the hard forehand. It's a good combination. It's like a 1-2 punch in boxing.
Yeah.
There's that high ball again. Causes the error.
Yeah. It's safe to say we know likely what Sophie might be working on in practice. It looks like that might have done it there. So TT is going to come away with the second match victory of the afternoon for Vineland. And the Fighting Clan now up 2-0.
Only needs one more.
Yeah, one more match victory, and Vineland will officially put this one away.
We have Rhea serving on the court 2 here. Up 2-1. It may be, not sure. We got to see when the cards change again. Scorecards. Oh, nice shot. Good pick up there on a deep ball.
Yeah, and Rhea and Leanne seem to be relatively closely matched. They've had some pretty good points back and forth, and
great points.
Yeah. Whereas it seemed that TT and Tess both pretty much, they controlled their match from the onset.
Yes. There's Leanne going, both of them now mixing in all their shots. Seeing who's going to make the first error.
There it is. Vineland's first doubles is up 3-0 right now. Can't see second. They turn their score again, but.
Oh, great serve there by Rhea. unlike a lot of
really nice backhand shot there.
very nice. Nice recovery there by Rhea to put the ball up high so she has time to get back in position. Oh, great point here.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good shot by Leanne. Good return
Very
there
nice.
by Rhea. This is a heck of a point. And did that get in there?
That did get in,
Point for
yes.
Leanne. Really, really nice contested point there.
Rhea was moving to her left, and Leanne put the shot right to her right side and made it very hard for her. She couldn't stop and recover, so that was a great point there. Great construction of the point. Unlike many sports, tennis, you don't have people cheering throughout the match.
Yeah.
You know, while they're, it's a little, you know, some people come out to a tennis match and they're like, why aren't people screaming and cheering them on? Until the point is over, that's the only time in tennis you're supposed to actually cheer.
You know, something else I don't think that people watching are always aware of is that you know, when you're actually trying to hit a tennis ball, the motion, at least on a lot of the shots, they're trying to get that top spin on the ball, because I would think that with the couple of times I've played, if I've tried to really hit it hard, it's ending up over by the building over there.
Without a doubt, yes.
Because you try to put all that power behind it, and if you don't get top spin on the ball, it's going to go way high. So
yes.
I mean, it really, a lot of these shots, it's really like an art form. I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah, you're hitting that ball 60, 70 miles an hour, but you're putting it so it goes up and goes right back down, and you're putting it, like you said, with a lot of topspin. Now Vineland will have off tomorrow, and then again it's the South Jersey Coaches Tournament, which is this weekend. Will be the first 4 rounds on Saturday and Sunday, and then the semis and finals will be the following weekend in Haddonfield. They started here in Vineland because of all the courts that Vineland has.
Right.
Nice shot by Leanne. Oh, another great shot.
Yep, she did it again.
Rhea's got to keep it away from that forehand. Leanne has a nice forehand working right now. Oh, good serve. Right up the line.
There's Rhea getting one back there. It looks like Vineland's second doubles is currently down 4-3 in the second set. That second doubles again is Kara Kaczynski and Tabitha Gentilini, or no, sorry, Gentiletti. Oh, that was a good shot by Rhea there, just barely over the net. Leanne able to return it though. Oh, what a shot.
Great shot.
What a shot by Rhea Patel there.
Goes cross court in the corner, and Leanne can't get to it.
I don't know if she could have gone and put that ball down in a better spot. And Vineland's first doubles just went up 5-0, so the Fighting Clan definitely closing in on a team victory here. We are staying at court number 2 with Rhea Patel against Schalick's Leanne Hall. And these two kids are really battling.
Oh, she tried for it again. I think Rhea picked up on it this time.
Yep, and then she tried to go for it again and hits it out.
Went for a little too much. Now, first singles, Tess Fisher, and second singles, Rhea Patel, and third, Titi Thakur, they are all seniors.
Okay.
So next year, Vineland's going to have to rely on a younger team to carry it forward. They're going to be losing 3 seniors, and then in doubles too, Priya Patel's a senior and Jocelyn Cortez. So both of them will be gone. So that's a big chunk out of the lineup. But again, Vineland does such a good job. The JVs out there now hitting, and the coaches train hard with the JVs. So you're going to see them move up next year, but they're going to be able to compete.
Yeah, definitely. Now, are all of Vineland's varsity players going to be competing in the South Jersey Invitational this weekend?
They will. All 3 singles will be in it, and then both doubles, as well as JV. They have JV doubles matches too that will be playing in the South Jersey tournament.
Rhea is currently ahead 3-2, so she did kind of come back there a little bit and take a lead. The way this thing has been going, though, this match could be far from over between these two.
Leanne's talking to her coach right now, trying to get some advice of some things that she might be able to execute out there on the court. Second doubles seems like a close one. Vineland down 3-4.
Yeah. I think we may be able to see a change in that score soon. I feel like that's been the score over there for a while, so maybe they're closing in on another switch, and we'll see what's going on over there. Vineland's first double still ahead 5-0, so they're closing in on at least wrapping up the team result.
Nice serve there by Rhea. Oh, great backhand. Putting a little more pace on that ball now.
Yeah. And Al, if it's not on a serve.
Great shot right on the line.
I was just about to ask if that one got in. That was a heck of a shot. Now, if it's not on a serve and the ball hits the top of the net and goes over, that's in play, correct?
Yes, that's still playable. Okay, Rhea's going for her next serve, up 15-love.
Oh, that was a good serve.
Great serve. She's definitely putting more pace on the ball. Nice forehand. Look at that.
That's going to be another point there for Rhea.
Momentum swinging in her direction right now.
Like you said, we haven't seen too much of that, that velocity on her shots in the beginning. You almost wonder if she's been saving that a little bit, or.
Yeah, and again, maybe she started out a little slow, trying to feel out her opponent, and then once she feels good and getting her shot down, then she's going for bigger shots. There's a let there on first serve. She'll get first serve again. Oh, beautiful shot.
Yeah, she's got her moving all the way over to her left there. Leanne hit that one high in the air, gave herself some time. A nice backhand there by Rhea.
Oh, good point.
I think Rhea had a good idea there, though. It looked like she tried to find this this near side over here. She had Leanne on the other side of the court. Couldn't quite get it over the net, though, but the thought process was good.
It was right, yep, the right strategy out there. Oh, great serve. Always nice when you can get free points on your serve.
Yeah.
The two most important shots in tennis are the serve and the return of serve. Two most important shots. If you have a big serve and you have a great return of serve. Because actually in a tennis match, the average point, the ball only goes back about 3-4 times in an average point. So really the serve and return is huge.
And that was a really outstanding. I actually thought that Rhea had gotten the point a shot before that. She had a little just sort of chip, and she dropped it real in close to the net and had Leanne charging in. I didn't think Leanne quite got there, but Rhea put the point away on the next shot anyway.
There is no substitute for speed in any sport. Rhea still nice, hitting those nice hard shots, still going for it, which is good to see. I think
that was a nice shot too.
Great shot
that
and
other
great
side
return.
Open.
Look at that.
Very nice job by Rhea Patel.
Leanne clapping her racket there, realizing that there was really nothing she could do to return that one. Rhea's really picked up her game here.
Yeah.
Gaining confidence. Oh, great shot. Wow. Great backhand.
Yeah, she's on fire right now. In second doubles, Vineland has pushed ahead 5-4. And we could be very close to this one being over.
Yeah, Rhea seems to just be teeing off on these serves. Leanne not serving it considerably hard, and Rhea's realizing that she can go for that great shot.
Yeah, that was something else I was going to ask. You know, and I would think maybe as Rhea wins another point there, in high school tennis, if you don't have a really powerful serve, I mean, is it almost like at a disadvantage that you're serving because you're just kind of laying it in there?
Yes, and if your opponent has a good forehand or backhand, they're just going to come and tee off on it. And sometimes it takes a few games to realize that, and I think Rhea's seeing that now, that she can go after this serve. It's just sitting up there for her to get it nice. It just starts to point out in her favor right away. A little too much there, but that's all right. She went for it. It was good to see. A little better serve there. Leanne switching up a little bit, going for that deeper shot. Smart move. That's not letting Rhea tee off on these balls. There we go. Nice
good shot there by Rhea. That's gonna be out right there. So
caught her off guard, and I think Rhea just went up 5-2.
Yeah, really, it's a second set in a row here where she fell behind in the first game and then just really, I mean, just in control.
Yeah, I think her confidence is building now, and I think she has a real big advantage going into this last game. She's serving too, so that's always an advantage.
She also seems to be pretty, pretty calm, cool, and collected as well. You know, I mean, if 2 matches in a row fall behind and just staying with it, a lot of kids could start to panic a little bit, not wanting to fall behind, and like you said, try to do too much. But she's just sticking with her game, and
she is. And there she goes again, still giving that ball, putting some pace on it, and then Leanne struggling with it a little bit. Mentally, though, it's always difficult to close out a game when you know you're on that last game, and it's not easy to close that out. But again, another nice shot by Rhea.
Yeah, that's going to be a point there too.
Up 30 love.
And I think that the Vineland first doubles just closed out their match.
So there's that 3rd point we needed.
So Vineland has officially won. We will stay with you guys.
Nice shot there by Rhea.
For the conclusion of the last 2 matches here. In particular, we have Rhea Patel trying to close out this match with Leanne Hall from Schalick, and
up 40 love.
She's up 40 love, so a point away from ending it. And then, as we mentioned, some really highly contested points between these 2 players. But Rhea really just doing a better job of finishing them off.
Great serve. Yeah, Rhea's confidence level's way up right now. Look
And
at
that's
that.
going to be it right there. So Rhea Patel closing out her match for Vineland. So the Fighting Clan is now not only officially won the match, but they are a set away from shutting Schalick out.
Looks like that second doubles is a little closer, though. Are they 5-5 now?
5-5.
5-5, wow.
Oh, 6-5 Vineland.
6-5, that might be going into a tiebreak. We'll see what happens here. If Vineland can pull this out and win it 7-5. Looks like the coaches want to talk to the girls, give them a little strategy for this last possible game here.
So we'll see if Vineland can complete the clean sweep here. And we know that the viewers are unable to see the far court down there, but we'll let them know how this is going. Again, the second doubles, Kara Kuczynski and Tabitha Gentiletti are playing against Schalick's Emily Baculo and Anna Mondragon. We were informed that we do have a camera on the far court. The angle limits the view a little bit, but hopefully you can see the action and we can make sure you know what's going on. They're getting ready to start this set here.
You have Tabitha up at the net and Kara back. Serve's going to Kara. Tough serve there.
And in doubles, the full court is in play after the serve, correct?
Yes.
So that, yeah.
A little more, you know, a little more strategy used in doubles too. You have the person up at the net. Their job is to try to get over there and poach that ball when they can get it early. Nice right there.
Like that right there, yeah. Nice job by Kara.
Thank you, Kara, for demonstrating that for everyone as I'm talking about it.
On cue.
Appreciate that. All right, 15 all. Kara has some really nice strokes out there. You get to see them too. She can really hit a really nice ball. Oh, that hit off the net there. Tough point there, tough point.
Yeah.
All right, Tabitha getting ready to return this serve. Both Tabitha and Kara were both JV last year. Nice to see them moving up into the varsity lineup. They are the future of Vineland High School tennis.
Yeah, and definitely a good learning experience here in this match, playing in a tightly contested one.
Oh, great shot there. Puts it high over the net person. They had to move, and there's Tabitha to put it away.
Yeah, very nice.
Awesome playing. I think these girls are feeling it here.
Schalick serve into the net there. And then I would think that, you know, certainly in doubles, the communication aspect's got to be really important because...
And that was it. Unfortunately, a double fault there, and that's then... oh, no, I'm sorry. Didn't end the match. It must be 40-15 now. 15-40. Wait a minute. We're not sure. They're not sure. There's a little confusion over there.
And
maybe there is one more point. Maybe. Okay, serving here to Kara. Great forehand. Oh, that was out.
Yeah, that was out. And this could do it here for Vineland, I think, if they.
Oh, nice return. Great job, Kara. And Tabitha making it a clean sweep today. No, that wasn't it. Boy, am I way off on scores on this last one. I better take myself off the mic now.
Oh, nice
great
shot there. And that.
Okay, I'm going to let you say it.
There we go. That does it. I'm going to wait and make sure that I see the hand shaking before I announce it. Looks like the Vineland second doubles team of Kara Kaczynski and Tabitha Gentiletti closing this one out 7-5 in the second set against Schalick's second doubles team, closing off or finishing off a clean sweep for Vineland Tennis, defeating Schalick 5-0. Really nice job all around, I think, for the Vineland girls here.
Yeah, this was a big win. I think they had a little upsetting loss yesterday, and they made up for it by coming out here today strong, and they look good, and I think they just need to carry this momentum on now for the rest of the season. Everybody looked good today, and they went out there and fought, and that's all you can ask.
Yeah, definitely. So, folks, that's going to do it for us with the broadcast. The JV girls from both Vineland and Schalick are going to finish up their matches and their sets here to get in their work, but the varsity match is officially over. Vineland with a really solid performance, taking this one 5-0, all 5 of Vineland's varsity starters, the 3 singles players, Tess Fisher, Rhea Patel, and TT Dakar, winning their matches, as well as the Vineland doubles team's first double, Priya Patel and Jocelyn Cortez, as well as the second doubles we were just watching, Kara Kaczynski and Tabitha Gentiletti, all winning for Vineland. The Fighting Clan pushing their season record to 7-5. I think the next broadcast for VPS Broadcasting will probably be Saturday night at the football game as the Fighting Clan takes on Egg Harbor Township at Egg Harbor Township. It's a rare Saturday night game, 7 o'clock down there in Egg Harbor Township on the turf. Should be exciting for Vineland. One more time, thanks for joining us. This is Mike Schneider, joined by Gary Fisher for VPS Broadcasting, and we'll check in with you next time.
Thanks for having me, Mike. It was a good time.
Yeah, you too, Gary.